but we're here for two matters. And as you know, healthcare is a great concern here, especially in Augusta. We are the medical center for the Southeast, and what we want to do is to extend to the congressman the fact that we recognize that while we're overseas in two different theaters of war, that and we are trying to rapidly bring those matters to a close, and we want our troops home. And, you know, there are many of us in here who do, you know, support the necessity of forwarding because it employs a lot of our community. But at the same time, as we prepare to bring the troops home, and those funds, we hope, will be diverted from there, because we're spending so many, you know, a couple of billion by now. We really want health care to be on the top of the agenda. That those monies would be brought in and brought through so that we can have programs like Medicare for All that, you know, because there's so many people out here who are suffering that do not have access to health care. We have the greatest, the one thing that John and I have always agreed on is that our country has the greatest health care system in the world, but there's so many of us that do not have access for reasons of insurance. And we feel that that Mr. Obama's program addresses some of that, but it doesn't go far enough. And we would really like for Congressman Barrow to please consider doing that. Also, the second priority that we're looking at is, and then I'm just bringing it open. The floor will be open in a few moments for everybody who's taking their time to come up, and I want everybody to get a chance to hear from everybody up here. But our second purpose of being here is windmills and not warfare. Our second priority is when we bring the troops home, and I know that we will, and we hope that all of our young people are coming back, and not so young people come back in one piece to be reunited with their families. We want an energy bill. We want him to support the cap and trade. We want the green job agenda looked at, particularly here in our community, because we are in a serious unemployment gap here. I ride our public transportation every day. It's incredible the number of people that are going down to the soup kitchens and are having lunch there. And I'm glad we have that wonderful facility, but we got too many people, and particularly young people, who are out of work. And I just think that the time has come, you know, for us to get our priorities in order, so that we can be working on that. But I just want to say that we know that Congressman Barrow will do his level best. We trust that he will do that. But we are going to continue to be supportive of our efforts and be very clear of our message that as the progressive Democrats, that we really believe that this, you know, these are things that are important to the vast majority of working men and women in this country. And with that, I just want to
determine just exactly how effective these policies are. And if they're not going to investigate what has been done to ensure they continue to prosecute these wars, this will drag on for years. What is it? Are we at 9 years now? Is there anything, are we in any better position now than we were 9 years ago? No. Are we in a position in Iraq or Afghanistan now than Pakistan? Are we safer? No. Are we more safe? No. Our freedoms have been abdicated through the utilization of things like Patriot Act, but we certainly are more safe and we're not free.
Because I'm divorced, they took me off the 1st of May. Well, I got notice about a week before that, and I scurried around with Humana and at USAA, I think, the government, I mean, it's an insurance company that takes care of former dependents of military. Isn't that USA? Anyway, I got a policy, called MCG, called all the offices that I needed to call to make sure that my plan was covered, was accepted, and it was. Do you know what they did? On the 1st of May, that plan was eradicated from the list. So I am dangling, and I'm a wellness person. I'm 79, and I walk 4 miles. I mean, I'm doing the wellness program personally. So I don't need a doctor yesterday or tomorrow. Thank heavens. But I don't have a doctor right now.
Senator McCain had become president. Representative Barrow had the same positions that he has now. That's number one. Number two is I do own a software company. I sell software to nursing homes. And as part of my work, I'm involved with health information exchange standards. And President Bush has said, that we should have an electronic medical record by 2010, which obviously, or 2012, obviously we're not there yet. But in my participation in standards, an international standards organization, I need representatives from many different countries. And many countries are much more advanced than the United States because there's a single-payer universal health care system in terms of electronic medical records. And now we're not talking about the wealthiest countries in the world. We're talking about countries, obviously, a wide variety of status, including Greece, Brazil. And these representatives, they come to the United States for our conferences, and they can't figure out why we in the United States cannot agree on information exchange standards. And the reason we can't agree is because each company, whether it be an insurance company or a pharmaceutical company, they have to negotiate. You have to have 50 people in a room trying to agree on an electronic data exchange standard, and obviously that's very difficult. So I'm seriously, I'd ask Representative Barrow to seriously advocate for a single-payer universal health care system. Medicare for all.
Yes, my name is Kristie. Congressman wasn't available today, and that's the next job. I know it's like this in Augusta. But what you kind of were doing, everyone was going around kind of giving their take on basically what you want me to relay to the Congress. And right now I'm listening. And most of you all have talked to the congressman. Y'all heard, you guys have kind of gotten his views, directly.
Just trying to get his attention.
Just trying to get his attention. Hey, we hear you. So I'm not going to try to talk for him or anything, but I'm definitely going to listen, and I'm definitely going to be passing it along.